Hello and welcome to Learn Yourself. Today we are going to study about core alkali process. So let us study this. This topic is under CBSE Standard 10 syllabus from the chapter number 2. And in this category we are going to study some of the important salts. So this first salt is sodium hydroxide, and we are going to study its manufacturing process and its respective uses. So here this is an electrolytic cell. In this there are two electrodes, and this cell is filled with brine water. Now what is a brine water? It is a solution of sodium chloride. Sodium chloride is common salt, and the solution of sodium chloride, we will pass it from this side, and this cell is filled with sodium chloride solution. When we will start this electrolysis of a sodium chloride solution, at that time this is our anode and this is our cathode. So all the positive ion Na plus and H plus will travel towards a negative electrode, and the negative ions OH minus and Cl minus will travel towards the positive electrode. Now from where we got all these ions? When we are taking NaCl solution, then from NaCl we will get Na plus and Cl minus, and electrolysis of water will give us H plus plus OH minus. These two ions we will get from H2O. So these four ions we will get in our liquid medium. So our electrolytic solution is brine water. What is brine water? It is a solution of sodium chloride. When we are passing this sodium chloride solution in this electrolytic cell, the positive ions will travel towards the negative electrode, and negative ions will travel towards the positive electrode. Now, which reaction we will get in this cell is this reaction. When NaCl, aqueous NaCl will react with, or the electrolysis of NaCl will give us, because NaCl we have dissolved in water and we will pass electricity. So this is electrolysis of NaCl will give us two molecules of NaOH. This is our desired product because we are manufacturing sodium hydroxide. So from here we will get sodium hydroxide. Along with the sodium hydroxide we will get chlorine gas and hydrogen gas. So this Cl minus, when it will move towards the positive electrode here you will get a chlorine gas. Cl minus will, one Cl will combine with another Cl, it will form a molecule and we will get here chlorine gas. And this H plus will travel towards the negative electrode, and here the H and H will form a molecule and we will get here hydrogen gas. So along with our sodium hydroxide we will get two products. This is hydrogen gas. This also we can use in some of the important manufacturing process, and chlorine gas we can also use in some of the manufacturing process, as well as to sterilize the swimming pool water and to chlorinate the drinking water. We use the chlorine gas. So these two important gases we will get from, respectively, from a negative electrode side hydrogen gas and from positive electrode side chlorine gas. Now why we are getting from positive electrode side chlorine and from negative electrode side hydrogen? Because the hydrogen is positive ion, it will move towards negative electrode. So from negative electrode side we will get hydrogen gas. This is quite opposite. Hydrogen is positive ion, so hydrogen gas we will get from negative electrode side, and chlorine gas we will get from positive electrode side because it is negative ion, it will move towards a positive electrode and we will get chlorine gas from positive electrode side. So these are our total 3 products from electrolysis of sodium chloride, that is solution of sodium chloride, and we also know this as a brine water. Now this process is also known as core-alkali process. Why? Because core is suggesting chlorine and alkali is suggesting whatever we are getting is NaOH. These 2 important products we are getting from this process. So we term this process as core-alkali process. This is a manufacturing process of sodium hydroxide and it is also known as core-alkali process. Now, what are the important uses of sodium hydroxide? So, to degreasing metals we use sodium hydroxide because it is a very strong alkali. Now, what is the alkali? All the bases which can be dissolved in the water is termed as alkali. So, NaOH, sodium hydroxide, is an alkali. It is a base which can dissolve in the water. So it is alkali. It is strong alkali. So to degreasing metals we are using it, and very important use is in the manufacturing of soaps, detergent we are using sodium hydroxide, and also in the paper making process we are using sodium hydroxide. So this process is very important. From this 2 reasons you will likely to get that. One is why this process is called core-alkali process, and the second reason is even though a hydrogen is a positive ion, we will get hydrogen gas from towards negative electrode and chlorine gas from positive electrode. At that time you have to explain that what is an electrolysis of brine solution, how the ions will move, that positive ions will move towards negative electrode and negative ion will move towards positive electrode. So we will get hydrogen gas from the negative side and chlorine gas from positive side. And this is an equation for this manufacturing process. This is also termed as electrolysis of sodium chloride. So from this we will get 3 products. In this, sodium hydroxide is important product. It is our desired product. Along with that, 2 other products we will get. These 2 also are equally important in manufacturing process. So let us learn our third salt, that is bleaching powder. We all know this bleaching powder is a reagent which we are using to clean our bathrooms, tiles, and certainly we are also using this as disinfectant. So let us see how can we manufacture bleaching powder. So this we know that calcium hydroxide, it is also known as dry slaked lime, when it is reacting with chlorine. Earlier we have discussed a manufacturing process of sodium hydroxide. From that manufacturing process, one of that byproduct was chlorine gas. So this also you can write that chlorine gas in the manufacturing process of bleaching powder. So when dry slaked lime is reacting with chlorine gas, it will give us calcium hypochlorite, that is CaOCl2. So this is our bleaching powder. The formula of bleaching powder is CaOCl2. It is known as bleaching powder. A generic name is bleaching powder and the chemical name is calcium hypochlorite. Because the oxygen is in between, it is known as hypo and chlorine is at the last, so hypochlorite. And along with that we will get water. So now what are the uses of bleaching powder is bleaching cotton and linen in clothing industry, then bleaching washed clothes, whatever clothes are there in laundry, they are used to bleach it and to use this to make it infection free. Also it is a very powerful oxidizing agent. It's one of the major use is as oxidizing agent. Then it is also used as disinfectant in drinking water industry. So it is also used as disinfectant to disinfect drinking water. So this is all about bleaching powder. This salt, we have to learn the manufacturing reaction. It's not a process, how we can manufacture bleaching powder. So reaction for that and the uses of bleaching powder is there. Then baking soda. We all know baking soda, that it is widely used in our kitchen. Then how can we make it? The sodium chloride will react with water, carbon dioxide and ammonia, and we will get ammonium salt of chlorine, that is ammonium chloride, and sodium hydrogen carbonate. This is our baking soda. So generic name is baking soda and chemical name is sodium hydrogen carbonate. So this is our baking soda. Now what are the uses of baking soda? That we are using it in the kitchen for faster cooking, and also baking soda is used to manufacture baking powder. Now these two are different term, baking soda and baking powder. When baking soda is mixed with a slight acid such as tartaric acid or so, then it will give us carbon dioxide, water and sodium salt of acid. So this carbon dioxide will help us to make our cake, bread and buns spongy. So that's why we are using baking powder majorly in cakes and buns and pastries and all. So this is a reason which is very important, that why we are using baking powder in bread and buns industry, because this reaction will take place, and from this reaction, this is our baking soda. When it reacts with a mild acid, it will give us carbon dioxide. So this carbon dioxide will make buns and pastry fluffy and spongy. Then sodium hydrogen carbonate, that is our baking soda, is also used as antacid because it has a basic property. Sometimes also it is used as a cure of acidity. Then soda acid is also used as fire extinguisher. So these are some of the important uses of sodium hydrogen carbonate. This is important, that how the baking powder is important in the industry, bread industry, and how can we make it from the baking soda. So baking soda and baking powder are two different compounds. This is chemical name of baking soda is sodium hydrogen carbonate. How can we make baking powder from baking soda? So baking soda is sodium hydrogen carbonate. Chemical name of baking soda is sodium hydrogen carbonate, and when we are making a baking powder, we are adding a mild acid or a tartaric acid with baking soda. So that mixture is known as baking powder. Now how the action of baking powder will give us a spongy bun or pastry. So action of baking powder, when baking soda is with acid, this is our combination and it is known as baking powder. So this baking powder, when heat with water, when we are heating this with water, it will give us carbon dioxide. So this carbon dioxide gas will give us a fluffiness in bread and pastry. So these are the important points which you have to remember, that baking soda's molecular formula is NaHCO3. Chemical name is sodium hydrogen carbonate. When baking soda is mixed with any mild acid, for example tartaric acid, this mixture will give us baking powder. So sometimes when we are using baking soda, we will add a 2-3 drops of lemon juice or sometimes a citric acid. So it will give us better result. So action of baking powder is when baking powder will heat with water, it will give us carbon dioxide. This is important when, and this will give a fluffiness in bread and pastry. Our fifth salt is washing soda. It is well known salt, and we get this from recrystallization of sodium carbonate. Now what is the meaning of recrystallization of sodium carbonate? Earlier we have studied that what is a saturated solution. So when we are making a saturated solution of sodium carbonate and after that we are making a supersaturated solution of sodium carbonate by heating the saturated solution of sodium carbonate, and then we will allow it to cool, then the crystal of sodium carbonate will regenerate. Whatever you have added after heating the solution, that much salt will recover after it will achieve the room temperature, once it will cool. So those crystals are called recrystallization of sodium carbonate. In next topic we are going to study what is a water of crystallization and what is a crystallization. In that topic we will discuss this in depth. So here, when sodium carbonate we are mixing with water, we will make a solution, a supersaturated solution of sodium carbonate, and then we will allow it to cool and we will get all the salt back. That is called a recrystallization of sodium carbonate. So this sodium carbonate will have a water molecule in their molecular formula. Earlier sodium carbonate was alone, Na2CO3. So in this molecule two sodium atoms were there and one carbonate was there. This was a molecule of sodium carbonate. But now after the recrystallization, what has happened is, along with two atoms and one atom of carbonate, the 10 atoms of water molecules are attached. So within one molecule of sodium carbonate, there are 10 atoms of water molecule has joined. So this is known as recrystallization of sodium carbonate. Once you will heat this salt, this water molecule will evaporate and again you will get a dry sodium carbonate. So this water, which is along with the molecular formula of salt, is known as water of crystallization. This water will give a crystalline nature to any salt. So that's why this water molecule is known as water of crystallization. So now this is also a basic salt. Now what are the uses of washing soda? That this Na2CO3 10H2O is our washing soda, and uses of it is glass, to make glass soap and paper in industry, then to manufacture borax, then we also use this as cleaning agent, and also it is highly used in removing permanent hardness of water. Whatever the permanent hardness, whatever the carbonate salts will be present in the water will be removed by the action of washing soda. So this is all about all the important salts of sodium chloride, sodium hydroxide, baking powder, bleaching powder and washing soda. How we are manufacturing it, reactions, manufacturing reaction of each and every salt and their uses. So these topics are important. From this, some of the reasons will likely to come, and these reactions are also important and their uses are important.